Welcome to the Tech Collective News Brief, where Scott and I break down one piece of tech news, what it means for the industry, and why you should care. How's it going, Scott?
It's going well.
Are you ready to jump in for our story?
I definitely am. I'm ready to jump in really fast. And the first story is all about speed. So, apparently, in a lab somewhere in a secret location, there have been 1 terabyte per second internet streaming. They've achieved that. And so, I know you wrote about it on the site. Um, what does this mean? Because it sounds like we have these internet speeds that are potentially hundreds of times faster than what's going on right now. But what's the real story here?
Yeah, so this is really exciting. And what I'm happy about is just seeing technology moving forward. Typically, in a home, we're getting somewhere up to 1 gigabyte speeds. That's still pretty rare across the country, but it's good to see. It's becoming more and more frequent. It's easy now to get 100 to 200 megabytes of speed in the home. But what this is just showing in the lab, I think this is a fun story to show where technology is going. And there's real life implications for this as well. So, I wrote this down in the article, but, just want to get your thoughts on this, Scott, and if you think I'm way off basis, but I was saying it would go into servers first, where you have big data centers and they need as fast as possible connections. I can see them being applied there. So once the servers are moving fast, then maybe we get into sort of a residential system here, where for those of us who have movie servers, or music servers in the home and want to have fast internet and access to that. That's where I see it getting applied from a residential standpoint. But before it gets over to, Comcast or Verizon or AT&T and the big networks, I think we're years away from that. But it's good to see where technology is going. So, do you think I'm off basis here where, commercial is going to get it first before we see it in residential?
I don't think so. I think you're right on track. It seems like it's really a matter of infrastructure. Like in these lab tests, they had very specific hardware and very specific connections in a controlled environment. And so uh, to get even close to that, and to raise the bar for regular folks like us, like, you need to have the wiring, and, in the old days, it was like, "Do you have Fios? Do you have fiber optic?" Like, it was all the different stuff, and I think business is gonna demand that sooner, and so there's just so much going in it with all the cloud stuff. I mean, just all the cloud stuff alone,
Yes.
there are a lot of data centers that seem to need this more than we need it. We like it. I love the idea of streaming, uncompressed 4K movies, and that's all great. But I think business will demand it first.
I think you're right about the movie side. If we talk about why it's important to someone and an end user, while it's still theoretical. I mean, think about Netflix, Disney Plus, all these guys getting faster speeds, and they can actually deliver uncompressed 4K straight to your home. We now even have cloud gaming where Xbox is, hey, play anywhere. Your TV is your Xbox now. When you're talking about intense video and graphics and audios and things like that, you just need faster speeds. So this to me seems even more like a stepping stone to getting what we would consider Blu-ray quality or the highest quality from a streaming platform because there's still a lot of compromises on the streaming companies. But the faster we get, the more closer we get to the studio releases, the better experience we can have as a end user at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the quality going up because, it makes a difference. Every time it's gone from SD to HD to 4K, like, I don't know why I don't change, but basically it's like, oh, it can't be that much better, right? But then, even some of the 8K stuff that I've seen at CES of like these fancy 8K projectors and stuff like that. I mean, it's so crazy, like how realistic it looks, and it makes a huge difference. And like you said, going off of physical media versus streaming, there's such a big gap there. So it seems to have some implications for physical media versus streaming.
Yeah, that's a really great point, Scott. And, I think from a timing standpoint, we're probably still 5 years away from this, even at a commercial standpoint inside of a server room or data center. Do you think we can get it faster, or do you think that's a reasonable amount of time.
It's tough to tell because tech is not only moving faster, like speed-wise, but it's accelerating. So just to give it context, like we had 1 gigabit per second speeds were introduced in the late 90s, but it really wasn't until like the like the early 2010s, like 15 years ago, that it was widely available. I'm still getting on a good day, maybe 3 or 400 megabits per second. So I haven't even gotten it. And uh, yeah, I'd say we're at least 5 years out, but 5 years is probably a good over under for this.
Yeah, and I think that's mostly for internal servers and data centers. I think before we even talk about it in any sort of residential standpoint, because the components have to be able to receive the speed as well, right? So there's a lot of components that need to be upgraded to even get the full benefit of 1 terabyte per second speeds. Still sounds cool, but it's still a ways away.
A couple of stories last week were related to this, like with the routers being banned. That's a big deal. It's certainly not going to bring terabyte per second speeds quicker to the US. And then with the Netflix one, like I'm just picturing Netflix executives salivating, like, oh, how much more could we charge them for uncompressed? Like
Yeah.
I'm just picturing that Netflix price going up and up and up. So
Oh, that's a
it's
fair
like
point.
we have to be patient, and there are a lot of things that have to fall into place for all of it to actually get to reach us, all the good speed.
I think if we get to solid gigabyte per second speeds at a consistent rate, we can get to really good quality in the home, but we haven't, like you said, we haven't even gotten there yet.
Yeah.
And that's the Tech Collective News Brief of the day. Thanks again for watching. If you found this helpful, valuable, or interesting, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on what's new and important in the world of tech.
And also comment below. Let us know, like, what speeds are you getting, and what would be the biggest benefit to you if you had faster speeds? Are you thinking movies, gaming, editing? Like, what are you doing that could really benefit from these speeds?